Musk clashes with Microsoft, Meta faces turmoil, and major policy shifts hit the pharmaceutical industry. What impact will this have on the market? In the ongoing rivalry among tech giants, Musk's clash with Microsoft, Meta's strategic shift, and the pharmaceutical industry's looming policy upheaval are casting a heavy shadow of uncertainty over the market. With profound changes unfolding in both AI and healthcare policies, how should investors respond to these shocks? This storm is not only reshaping the landscape of tech stocks, but could also redefine the future of entire industries. Hello everyone, I'm Chinking. In today's video, I'll break down these three major developments and help you uncover the hidden logic behind them. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Your support is the biggest motivation for me to keep updating every day. Microsoft has long been nicknamed the giant hard in China, a symbol of its relentless breakthroughs. But now, Musk seems ready to challenge Microsoft through AI, even naming his own AI initiative Giant Hard. On X, he announced that he is joining xAI to build a pure AI software company, stressing that companies like Microsoft, which don't produce hardware, can be simulated by AI. Musk believes the future of AI will not be confined to traditional software functions, but will dynamically generate multifunctional applications based on user needs. Behind Musk's open challenge to Microsoft lies not only business competition, but also a forward-looking vision of future technology. As a software giant, Microsoft could face disruptive impacts if AI can simulate or even surpass its offerings. Musk's conflict with Microsoft dates back to 2018, when he left OpenAI due to philosophical disagreements. OpenAI later partnered with Microsoft, and Bill Gates subsequently took a massive short position against Tesla, intensifying the feud. Musk's actions are driven not just by personal grievances, but also by his deep understanding of AI and the future of software. He envisions AI fundamentally overturning the software industry, redefining how we think about software development and applications. According to Lloyd and Catherine from Business Insider, Musk's moves highlight his determination to advance the AI and robotics ecosystem, sending a signal to the market that Tesla is not merely a car company, but also an AI and robotics company. Meanwhile, 36KRS Mike Feeden points out that although Microsoft's AI experiments are bold, they still face significant technical and regulatory hurdles, warning investors against blind optimism. True software innovation depends not only on AI's ability to replicate code, but also on whether it can deliver genuine breakthroughs. This hard vs. soft battle is not merely an emotional outburst, it's a struggle over the roadmap for future digital tools. Microsoft represents traditional software specialization, while Musk aims to usher in an era where AI is ubiquitous and applications are generated on demand. In the short term, Microsoft is unlikely to suffer much impact, but in the long run, once cloning technologies mature, Microsoft's software could lose its irreplaceability. Still, these are theoretical long-term effects, with little immediate impact on the short-term investment value of either company. In the AI wave, even tech giants cannot afford complacency. Meta, once eager to surpass rivals by pushing open-source large models, now seems to be quietly shifting its strategy. Could this signal a new transformation in the industry? Just last Friday, Meta's newly appointed Chief AI Officer, Alexander Wang, announced a major development on X, formerly Twitter. Meta plans to launch a deep collaboration with Midjourney, a rising star in AI image and video generation. According to the official statement, Meta will gain licensing rights to Midjourney's AI aesthetics technology, with the goal of delivering more visually appealing photos and videos to billions of users. Wang also emphasized that in order for Meta to provide the very best products, it must adopt a holistic strategy, one that includes partnerships with the top players in the industry. This move marks a significant shift in Meta's AI strategy. In the past, Meta relied heavily on its self-developed llama models. Now, however, the company is pivoting toward open collaboration and proactively seeking support from external innovators. The reason behind this dramatic adjustment is simple. Meta's in-house models appear to be falling behind the competition. Industry insiders note that although Meta has launched its own image generation tool, Imagine and is planning to fully integrate video generation models into Instagram, the performance still lags behind Google's Vivo 3 and OpenAI's Sora. Some sources even revealed that, due to dwindling confidence in its llama models, Meta has quietly begun using third-party models for certain internal tasks. It is clear that despite heavy investments and frequent organizational restructuring, Meta's efforts have not translated into immediate technological leadership. The glaring gap between its input and output has ultimately forced Meta to reassess its strategy and move toward a more cooperative, win-win approach. Media reactions to this strategic pivot have been largely positive. Chinking argues that Meta's partnership with Midjourney signals a pragmatic shift, one that opens the door to third-party technologies in the realm of image and video generation, thereby improving product quality and accelerating the rollout of generative AI across its social platforms. For Meta, this is undoubtedly a positive sign. The collaboration represents a smart, product-driven decision in some vertical domains. Specialized small teams may have already outpaced resource-rich tech giants. For Meta, addressing product shortcomings quickly is far more important than saving face. Meta is not alone in turning from in-house development to external partnerships. Even Apple, long known for its closed ecosystem and vertically integrated strategy, has faced similar challenges. Recent reports indicate that Apple is in talks with Google to use its Gemini model to power the upcoming upgraded version of Siri. It's worth noting that Apple was once the pioneer in integrating an AI voice assistant into the iPhone with the launch of Siri. Yet today, it finds itself playing catch-up, compelled to collaborate with Google. This highlights just how fast AI is evolving, so much so that even the world's most powerful tech companies can no longer go it alone. Chinking believes that whether it's Meta's strategic adjustment or Apple's potential collaboration with Google, both signaled that the AI race has entered a more pragmatic stage. Partnering with the most advanced technologies allows them to quickly integrate cutting-edge AI into their products, enhancing user experience, a clear win for both companies and consumers. But in the long run, neither Meta nor Apple can afford to stop investing in it. On the contrary, they will inevitably double down. Because without developing their own AI models, they could one day be constrained by the lack of critical technology. For Meta and Apple, who both possess near-infinite data resources, this would clearly be an unwise choice. Turning to the U.S. pharmaceutical market, former President Trump's recent remarks have stirred up quite a storm. Imagine walking into a pharmacy to get your medication. Not only is it free, but you also receive generous compensation from drug companies. This isn't science fiction, it's the big gift package Trump promised to the American people. But what exactly did he say that would make drug makers not only give away medicines for free, but also pay patients on top of it, sending healthcare stocks plunging? The story begins at the July 10th congressional reception, where Trump forcefully called for lower USDRUG prices. He stated that this round of price cuts would go far beyond expectations, not just 30% or 40%, but a figure you wouldn't even dream of. And true to his word, Trump publicly revealed the numbers yesterday. He claimed that within just a few days, drug prices had fallen by 1,500%. As soon as this announcement was made, healthcare stocks tumbled, with giants like Pfizer, Merck, and Johnson & Johnson all plunging. But what does 1,500% actually mean? Beyond signaling a dramatic drop in drug prices, it suggests that patients would directly benefit. In other words, not only would medications become free, but pharmaceutical companies would essentially subsidize patients with extra payments. This shocking message sent massive ripples through the stock market and cast new uncertainty over the future of the healthcare sector. Logically speaking, Trump's claim that drug makers would provide a 1,400% subsidy to patients is clearly unrealistic. Yet he did not elaborate further, nor did reporters press him on it. How he explains this in the future remains to be seen. Still, it's worth noting that while the figure itself may have been a headline-grabbing exaggeration, Trump does appear to have a more concrete policy framework in mind. If you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below with your thoughts on Trump's drug pricing policy. In fact, as early as August, Trump sent an open letter to 17 global pharmaceutical giants, including Pfizer, Merck, and Novartis. Although the letter did not specify exact price cuts, it did outline for key policy demands. The central point was that these companies must offer American patients most favored nation prices matching the lowest prices provided to other developed countries. The letter also warned that if the companies failed to act, the federal government would use every tool available to respond. Trump's hardline stance stems not only from his personal convictions, but also from a widely acknowledged reality. Drug prices in the United States are far higher than in other developed countries. According to a study by the Rand Corporation, average drug prices in the U.S. are 3 times those of 33 other high-income nations faced with such exorbitant costs. It's not hard to see why Trump made lowering drug prices a central political slogan to win public support. By blending political showmanship with concrete policy proposals, Trump has successfully transformed a complex economic issue into a highly charged political topic, forcing pharmaceutical companies to face immense pressure from both the public and the government. Still, actually forcing drug makers to cut prices is far easier said than done, as Forbes points out. America's drug pricing problem is a deeply complex systemic issue involving manufacturers, insurers, and pharmacy benefit managers. Any single intervention may fail to deliver lasting results, and could even backfire with unintended consequences.